Youth sports is cooked. I know people are gonna say I'm hating, I'm an old head, I'm 25 years old. And I know what I see is not good for the game. I've been at the youth level. I've been a young kid trying to come up and become an athlete, become a successful basketball player, football player, baseball player, whatever. And what we got going on in today's society, today's game, is not good for the youth. I'm gonna show you these clips, some stuff I saw on Twitter, and they were disturbing to me because I understand that these kids are only acting this way because of what they've seen and what people encourage them to do and what is accepted nowadays. And that's just not right.
You suck, fam. Look at you, boy. You a bum. You suck. You suck. He ass. He ass, fam. He ass, fam. You suck, fam. This is a little boy.
You soft. You soft. You soft. You soft. Do somebody. You soft. You soft.
These are little boys, fam. I raised them.
You good, Jay? Knock it down.
I raised them, fam.
That second clip, especially with the kids out there mic'd up on the court AAU games, like, come on now, come on. These kids ain't buying these mics. These kids ain't holding these cameras. It's some grown ass man or woman going to these kids, micing them up, gassing them up, telling them to talk down on their opponents, doing all this stuff for the camera, showboating, instead of actually worrying about the game, playing the game, getting better, honing on your skills, getting a win, and enjoying the process. We got grown-ass people encouraging the youth to do all this stuff for the camera so they can have a laugh, so they can get some clout, so they can talk about, oh, you see my boy, you see my little brother, you see my AUT, yeah, that's me, that's my boy, they tough, ain't they? Yeah. Man, shut that up, man, that is and anyone that's out there doing that, I don't like you, I don't respect you, and you are a cancer, and you're the game up, honestly. But the kids, they're set up to fail from the beginning, based on how things are nowadays. Kids get phones at like 10 years old, 9 years old, whatever, like maybe even younger than that. They get on social media, YouTube, whatever. They go to the Ballers Life, Hoop mixtapes, whatever. They see all these showboating highlights, people yelling in the crowds. Like, they see all the glitz and the glamour and how that style of play gets love from the people. What they don't understand is that stuff is not real. Like, that stuff is not what a real basketball player is worried about and focused on. That's not the stuff that's gonna get you far in the game. That stuff will get you some instant gratification and some clout, some fans, followers for the right now. But in terms of you becoming the best version of yourself as an athlete, that stuff is not gonna help you. And it honestly could hurt you because you start getting dependent on the crowd. When the crowd doesn't cheer, it does something to you mentally because you're so used to people loving you all the time and praising you all the time. But when you don't get those praises and that love, you don't feel the same. You start going into a spiral of depression, and it just gets bad, and you see it later on in life. It comes from grown-ups trying to live their life through their kids or children that they coach, anybody get their hands on. They want to influence them to do things they wish they could have done, and that's just sick and despicable. If you as a parent are trying to relive your life through your child, you are despicable. Let that child have a life. Just like how you wanted to have your own life as a child, have your own dreams or goals, let your child have their own dreams or goals. Obviously, they're going to be influenced by you, they're going to look up to you, but don't try to force them to do things for your sake. Let them be who they're going to be. All these bad coaches, these bad AAU coaches, they just get players, they don't develop them, they put them out there, throw the ball out, let them run 40 minutes. All that stuff, it might look good for you. Oh, you could tell your homeboys that you've been winning all your AAU tournaments. And then a couple years later, that same kid that thought that ripping and running and not having any fundamentals or skills was going to make him a good basketball player or a good football player or whatever, that stuff gets exposed, and you have done a disservice to that kid. Your job as a youth coach, a mentor, a big bro, whatever you want to call yourself to that child, is to lead them down the right path and give them a solid foundation and not push them to rely on their athleticism and talent. Actually push them to work hard and develop skills and disciplines and learn the game and gain IQ. Like all that other stuff they're going to have anyway. Like the physical gifts, the talent, that's what they're already given. But where you come in is showing them how to deploy those skills and talents and hone in on those skills and talents. Don't just take advantage of having a kid that grew taller than everyone else and is athletic and can dominate. Actually try to help that kid get better and teach him things or her things that will make them better down the line too. There's so many kids that are good at a young age and they peak and fall off, and there's nowhere there to help them. Like they were never forced to become an all-around player, develop IQ, develop skills. And that's because people don't really care about the kids. They care about what the kids can do for them. And to go back to the point of the kids that get, so in love with the clout and the instant gratification, you can see that in celebrities. I know you see the kids, celebrities, Disney kids. We had that whole era in my childhood, Disney kids. And a lot of those Disney kids that were celebrities so young, flamed out, and they went into a spiral of depression and drugs and all types of crazy stuff when they got older. It all circles back around to like having a real childhood and not forcing your kids to do certain things and allowing them just to be a child. Allow the youth to be the youth. Don't force them to do anything that's for clout, gratification, your own sake. Allow them to have a childhood. Allow them to develop and get better. A lot of times in TV shows, they talk about the cool kids at high school and middle school, and all those kids that are so good and so cool and so popular early always flame out and become a has-been at the end. It's the same with youth sports. When you're so good and so gifted early and you're not forced to make yourself better, you become comfortable and you flame out. And I'm afraid that this next generation of kids will have a lot of guys and girls that flame out because they're getting too much exposure so early, too many fake people with the cameras and the social media. It's too much for them. And I just hope that if you watch this video or if you watch the channel, you're trying to counteract those forces and help the youth and not hurt them by allowing them to go down these paths with all this extra stuff. The future of sports, the future of our world is always in the youth, and we got to protect it at all costs. I know I'm still young and I'm talking like I'm an old head, and I'm not, and I know that, but I've had some wise people come into my life, wise people around me, and I know how these things play out. Just look at the world around you. That was today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it because I enjoyed bringing it to you. This subject was near and dear to me because this channel is all about helping young athletes, helping those that come behind me or coming around the same time I'm coming up so they can be better prepared for the situations and the obstacles they will face. Hope you guys enjoyed the content, and I'll be back next week with more.
If you're a trainer looking to take your business to the next level, Jimble's got you covered. Scheduling, streamlined bookings, and payments make it easier than ever for you to focus on the important things. The team at Jimble created a platform that connects its users to athletic facilities, training, and events. So if you're looking for a better way to run your business and engage your community, tap in. You can find us at jimble.us. That's GYMBLE.us, or on Instagram at JimbleApp.